Don't let them see you cry. When the dam breaks down and the city is covered in water.
Hi, this is Stacia, and I wanted to share a game that I played at the Parma Chess Club against Dave Bumba. And I'll put the ratings on the screen. I think we were probably both in the 1600s at the time of the game, played in February of 2019. And this is an interesting game where I tried the move 1e4 against him for the second time. And our first game was a King's Gambit declined classical variation. And so, with the help of National Master Michael Jolson, I was planning a new subline against the way he played. So, let's see what happened. I went e4, e5, and f4. And this is a King's Gambit. Bishop c5, and now knight f3. And we're in a classical King's Gambit declined. And I do like that the knight keeps the queen out of the h4 square, checking my king. He played d6, which is theory. And sorry for all the arrows. And what I'm trying to explain here with all the arrows, let me get rid of these, was that this bishop is really annoying. And that's sort of the thing with this line. So I was playing, I played knight c3 in the other game. And the idea is I'm going to bring my knight to a4 and try to take off this bishop. Well, there is another way to do this, and that's the move c3. So I played this in the game with the idea of d4, and he played knight c6. So the first thing I want to mention is knight c6 is actually slightly different than the main line, which is knight f6. This attacks the e-pawn right away. We do go d4, attacking the bishop. In the main line, it goes like this. Bishop check, bishop d2, takes, and now knight takes, defending the e4 pawn. In the game, though, he played knight c6, so bringing this knight out. So it goes similar now, but a little bit different. d4, takes, takes, bishop check. This all was played, but now white has the option to go knight c3. And this is a great square for the knight, and probably this is a little bit better. But in the game, I went bishop d2. After takes, honestly, I don't know these lines that well yet. So honestly, this is the first point in the game where I was like, hey, I thought I had to take with a knight to protect my pawn, but it's not hanging. So, so here's when I realized I wasn't in theory and decided to take with the queen instead, which is in fact probably slightly better. I do want to put the knight on c3, so that was my idea with this move. If you hear me sniffling, I do apologize. I'm a little under the weather, a little sick, but sufficiently medicated. So I feel quite well, actually. Okay, knight f6 was played. So now he is attacking this. And knight c3, defending. Now here, I noted that the computer recommends d5 as a good move for black. Looks a little crazy to me. If black were to play d5 here, I think I would play e5. Yeah, and the computer still likes white, so I'm not going to worry about that move. It's going to be a different kind of game, though, for sure, just having a closed center like that. But he did not play that in the game. After knight to c3, he castled. Very sensible. And now I played bishop d3. I wasn't sure if this was correct, so I am noticing now that the computer really likes d5 right away. Oh, and I can kind of see why. If we go d5, we inconvenience this knight right away. Where can he really go? I mean, I guess he can go to b4. He can go to e7. I don't think he really wants to be there, though, does he? And here white can castle queenside. So that's an interesting continuation to keep in mind. So that went d5, knight e7, castles queenside. And, well, this is going to be a slugfest, isn't it? So anyway, I didn't go for that. I went for bishop d3. And to be honest, I saw rook e8 coming and queen e7. I thought my e-pawn might come under fire, so I was kind of preparing to defend it. Bishop g4 was played. And yeah, so this attacks the knight, which is defending this pawn, which is attacked, so my pawn's under attack. And Michael Jolson did warn me that in this variation, you get this really nice center, an excellent pawn center, but it comes under fire, and you do have to maintain it and defend it. So that's kind of what the early middle game is like in this variation, so I was prepared for that. So bishop g4, and now I play d5. Looks natural enough. The computer still likes knight e7, but I thought knight b4 was just fine. He's attacking my bishop. Now, I kind of wonder if I could just let him have it. Like, can I just castle? I didn't do this in the game, but I was curious about it. After this, queen takes d3. It says the position's equal. And okay, I guess I understand that. I wouldn't mind playing this, though, in all honesty. It says he can take here. And I can even take with the g-pawn if I want. I would definitely take with a rook, though. Yeah, and it's kind of saying, like, white's slightly better. It's going back and forth about it. c6, huh. Not sure who would play that. Very interesting. But in the game, I made an inaccuracy. I can talk, I swear. I played bishop b1. Okay, this looks funny, but I had a couple ideas in mind. One is that I've seen the computer do this repeatedly in a Slav exchange, where they put the bishop on b1 and it looks awkward, but next move they'll go a3, kicking out the knight, and then the bishop can go to a2. And it's kind of a nice way to deal with this type of situation and keep the bishop. But here we're in a king's gambit, and I might want to castle queenside quickly, so I think it's an inaccuracy for that reason. Like, it's probably possible for black to take here even and do stuff like knight here, threatening queen h4. And it just looks like my king is a little bit in trouble, perhaps. And when I analyzed this with Mike Jolson, he thought this is probably dangerous. The computer says white is better, but yeah, it's tough to play this way, I think. I think black would have some fun at least. Probably shouldn't allow it. So okay, so I probably shouldn't have went bishop e1, but he didn't play. He didn't take the knight. He played queen e7, so he's attacking the e-pawn. Sorry about all the arrows. It's actually my second take on this video. When I got to the critical moment, I realized I didn't understand it very well, so I decided to take time so that I could show you guys something with something worth learning. All right. So after queen e7, it's clear that black is going to go after the e-pawn now. And, you know, I saw this coming. That's kind of why I wanted bishop b1 to continue defending there. I took this opportunity to castle, and now rook f to e8, so piling up on it. So here, I think white wants to play e5, and I was scared to do it. If you play e5 right away, d takes e5, f takes e5, and there is this nasty little check, and that's going to pick up this pawn, I believe, as far as I can tell. So you've got to watch out for this intermezzo queen c5 check. But one thing I could do to prevent that is throw in the move a3. That would misplace the knight, which is previously attacking that pawn on d5. And now if we play e5, it's actually strong. It works. Now, unfortunately for me, I saw a ghost. I very simply thought, hey, my knight is helping to support this push, and black can just take. And so I shouldn't do this. But here, I would have the move e takes f6. Not only am I taking the knight, but now I'm threatening the queen. So this would just win on the spot. So definitely e5 was playable. And I saw ghosts. So yeah, I need to calculate a little bit better than that. But okay, fair enough. The other move here is knight d4. This is also very interesting. The computer says this one's even stronger. And this is the move that made me stop the video because it's not a move I would normally play, but I think I understand it now. The idea behind knight d4 is that you're centralizing the knight. He's basically a beast here. He might go to f5. He might go to b5, and notice there's might be issues with this pawn. I mean, because this knight's going to come to c5, and maybe the queen will move. On top of that, the bishop is kind of left hanging in the wind, and we have moves like f5. And you have to be careful about sacrifices opening your king up, but it is going to be possible to trap the bishop. So that's the ideas behind knight d4. It just gives white a lot of play. It's a centralizing move. It's an improving move. Excellent. So something to keep in mind. In the game, I did play a3. But after this, I was, like I said, afraid of bishop takes f3. So I did not play e5. I played queen e3. And this looks terrible. It is terrible, actually. Definitely a mistake. More than inaccurate. Because I wanted to defend e4 again. But the problem with this is now the pawn is pinned and bishop f5 is possible. So that's just incorrect. And so he went knight c5. You know, rook e1. And I'm just defending, basically. He went a5 to solidify his knight. I definitely was going to go b4 next move, so this move was annoying. And now bishop c2. I just need to get my rooks connected. Plus, the knight was like thinking about jumping in, so bishop c2 guards against that. Okay, and then he played queen d7. So now the pawn is definitely pinned in a more concrete way. I guess it's kind of the same, but it's always nice to have rooks lined up with the opposing queen. And here I went h3, totally missing the move bishop f5. And like I was calculating this too. I was kind of offering for him to sacrifice here. And I'm not sure what happens, to be honest. Like this would be possible. But I thought I could defend here. Computer agrees, although who knows if I actually would. Yeah, I have knight h2. I thought I did. I was going to move the knight and defend with the queen. So after queen h5, then I could even play e5 right now. And it's going to be hard for black to prove that piece investment was worth it. Yeah, I don't think it is. So at least I got that right. Okay, so h3, but I did miss this. And now the bishop is attacking. There's just all kinds of pressure on this point, isn't there? So there's a knight, there's a rook, there's another knight. So 4 attackers on this pawn. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders. Whoops. But the problem is that my queen is in front of my rook. So in the event of trades, I'm probably going to just lose a piece. So he's threatening to take. So I did something a little bit desperate here. Wow, computer wants to play an even crazier move. Wow, I really like it. Computer wants to play knight e5 with advantage. I did not see this move. This attacks the queen, and if he takes with a pawn, we grab this knight. Oh, so I thought. This is even better. Undoing the pin. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Knight e5. Wow, what a move. So I'm going to be making a flashcard of that. I was not aware of that at all. I played the move knight g5, which I thought was clever, but now I see my move was a mistake, even though it's a little bit creative. My idea was to jump into e6. And in fact, he did play h6. So I did. I jumped in. Now, he played this correctly because he took with the pawn. Now I can take the bishop. That was my idea. But now he takes here. And I lost a pawn, right? So that didn't work out so well. Now the thing is, I don't think I'm lost or anything. I'm down a pawn. I'm a little worse, but I don't think I'm lost or anything like that. I played queen d2, which is okay. But better is queen d4. And it might threaten stuff like bishop a4 at the right moment, but also it's just a more centralized move. Makes a lot of sense to put the queen there. And for some reason, I decided I wanted my queen here. Oh, I know why. So that he could play knight c to e4 and attack it right away. Yeah, just kidding. I guess I missed that. So I took and took. And now again, queen d4 is good. Wow, I'm so congested. So sorry for my voice. I've been a little bit sick. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up, though, because I think we pretty much went through the key moments of the game. All right, I played queen d3. Again, queen d4 is better. Not sure why I did that. Now he tried to double, so I doubled as well. Then it went like this. Now knight g3 is kind of a threat. If I ever take, he can take and win my rook with check. So, but he didn't know what to do, it looks like. Actually, does this work? It does not work. I can take here. And after rook takes e7, I could play like this. Yeah, can't I do this? I could take the knight too. Wow, I missed this. If you take the knight, you're defending the rook now. Wow. Just as crazy. I didn't see that during the game at all. I was just scared of knight g3. But in my defense, this is a rapid game, and I was probably under 5 minutes at this point. And so was my opponent. So he played b6. So I'm just going to go through this quickly. Queen d4, Knight c5 was played. Yeah, I was like under 2 minutes at this point. I played king f2. He decided to trade everything off, and we had a position like this. Now I think I wonder if a4 is good, just locking this down. But he played king f7. And it's like I'm down a pawn, but it looks difficult to win. And he got in more time pressure than me, so I offered a draw and he took it. So that was the result of the game. And I'm pretty happy with that, given that I didn't play it very well in the middle game. Seems like I missed a lot this game, but I'm thankful for the opportunity to learn more about this line. Let's just go over the key moments for a second. It's the c3 move that was my first time playing it. And I actually...
Don't let them see you cry. When the dam breaks down and the city is covered in water. 'Cause I